Hello friends, it is the week after Thanksgiving, and even though I didn't have a traditional Thanksgiving meal, I still ate a little more than I wish I would have. And so as I often do after bigger holiday meals, things like that, I'm going to add some twists in today just to kind of wring out that abdomen and get into that solar plexus area. And so join me, won't ya? But also just to put out there that it's not going to be, you know, we're at the middle of winter. We would have a much more rigorous practice. We're still kind of in that ungrounded fall season, right? Moving into winter. And so our twists are going to be gentle. We're still going to move slow and on the breath and all the things that we've been implementing lately. So enough of a lecture. Let us begin. We're going to start in child's pose. You can have those blocks up front if you think you're going to want them. And you know, I always say if you don't know, just put them there and then you got them. I'm personally going to have a knee pad. We are going to do a few things with lunges on knees today. And then I'm going to go ahead and come on down. Now, when I come into my child's pose, some of y'all are probably already there. It's just like something gets said, it's like boom, right? So that's not wrong. That's not bad. Just notice if you're in zippy mode and try to slow it down. Otherwise, take your time when you're walking yourself out, right? Probably didn't wear the best shirt. And start to just really lengthen out like you're doing a downward dog first, right? Take a couple of moments and just work the arms and push down the hands and a little forward so that you feel that buttocks bones rooting back and down. And then go ahead and bring the forehead down. Keep the activity of the arms for 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. So it's extended Utthita Balasana, extended child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Now, when you go to bring your elbows down, try to keep your hands where they are-ish. I mean, they'll drag back a little bit, but meaning don't let them move to the center of the mat if it's available. But if that feels like too much for your shoulders this morning, walk your hands in and leave your elbows wide. That'll feel gentler in the shoulder girdle. But if you can keep your hands and elbows and shoulders about shoulder distance, then we start to get an opening, a really gentle opening. Otherwise, just softening down. Let's take about 2 more breaths here and maybe set an intention for your practice today. I've just been reminding myself, for me personally, not that you have to follow my lead, but gentle, right? Being really, really gentle with myself. And then go ahead and activate those arms again. And with an inhale, you're going to come on up. Bring those knees and keep your hands a little in front of your shoulders if that's where they wound up. Bring the knees into hip distance, separate the feet out to hip distance, and we're going to start with our cat-cow with a variation of it though, right? Curl the toes under, inhale, reach the chest forward. And then exhale, uncurl the toes and round up. And curl the toes under, inhale, reach the chest forward. Uncurl the toes, exhale, pull the belly up, round the spine up. All right, trying to cultivate that slow, smooth breath. Inhale. And I know my voice is going in and out of the microphone, so I apologize for the weird vocal quality. Exhale, round. Adding in. Inhale, still the same move there, curling the toes under. Here's where we add on. Exhale, round up as you sit back. Elbows down, forehead and hips down. Inhale, curl the toes under, reach the chest forward. Exhale, elbows, forehead, and hips gently move down. Inhale, reach the chest forward. 1 more of those and then we'll add on. Exhale. Inhale, moving forward. This time, keep the toes curled under. Exhale, back, downward dog. So we've been working with this pattern lately. Inhale, knees down, reaching the chest forward. Cow. Exhale, cat/child's pose. Inhale, chest forward. Keep those toes curled under. Exhale, downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat/child's.
Inhale up, cow. This time we're going to hold our downward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. And just pause there for a moment. We're going to lift our heels really high, bend our knees a little bit, and if it's okay with all of your joints, let your heels swoosh over to the right. Keep your hands grounded, particularly the left. Inhale, center, still moving slow. Exhale, heels over to the left. Inhale, they don't have to touch down or anything. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees down, uncurl the toes. 2 breaths in child's pose. Inhale. I'm going to leave my head a little lifted for you. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now come on up to hands and knees. You can move the blocks in or no. You're going to step your right foot forward and move your hips forward on an inhale, looking a little up, maybe a baby upper back bend, but don't take it in the low back. Exhale, you can walk the hands back if you want as you start to flex that right foot and straighten the right leg any amount. Inhale, you don't have to look like me, right? It's morning potentially. You're going to be tighter if it's the afternoon. You probably have a little more freedom in the joints and the muscles because you've been moving, right? So what time of day are you doing this? If it's night, do you really want to move fast and start to work your energy up, or would you rather work towards possible bedtime and slowing down, right? So take those things into consideration. And this time when you come forward, you're going to stay forward. Go ahead and move the shoulder blades down the back, tone the belly. And then, you know, that action of pulling your thighs towards each other gently like a pair of scissors, so you find that perineum activating, right? That's the muscle between the anus and the genitals. Now inhale the right arm forward and up. And keep that left shin pushing down, but keep that perineum pulling up. And bring that right hand down. Now we're going to use that to bring us up into a twist, right? So we're going to inhale the right arm forward, but it's going to keep reaching behind us until we end up upright. And our arms, right, our right fingers are reaching back, our left fingertips are reaching forward, our belly is toning in. We're still pulling the perineum up, hopefully. Maybe, maybe not. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on the breath. So we're going to inhale the right arm over and exhale it down to meet the left. Inhale it up. And exhale it back, maybe looking back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. We'll change it up in a second. Inhale up. And exhale back. Now stay there for a full breath. Perineum pulling up, crown of the head pulling up, maybe looking back, maybe not. Now both arms are going to reach up. The body will turn forward, and we're in a more traditional low lunge, apanasana. Frontal hip points up, perineum up, crown of the head up, shoulders, jaw down. Bring those hands down. Whew. Step that right foot back. Move the blocks. Curl the toes under. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale back, downward, child's pose, child's pose, child's pose. Inhale, cow, exhale, downward dog. Now stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. It is the season of movement and mobility, right? Both the way we schedule ourselves, the holiday season, that windy air outside, the way nature is acting. Now go ahead and put your knees down. So we want to encourage that, right? We don't want to take movement completely away, or it's probably going to just drive you bonkers, the vata in you, in Ayurveda we would say. So move those hips forward. So we keep moving bits and pieces, but we move slow, we move mindfully. Exhale back so that we still get that movement we're craving, right? But we're also entraining the body and the mind. Hopefully moving towards that parasympathetic system. You know, I'm a huge advocate for bringing our nervous system into our awareness and playing with it. Now stay forward this time, right? Scissor action the thighs just a little bit. Pull that perineum up through the crown of the head. soft shoulders, and then inhale the left arm, just bicep next to ear. That's a line we work a lot, right? Push that right knee gently down, that right shin, I should say, and then bring the left hand down. Now using that same action to bring the body up, tone the belly and the perineum. Inhale, left arm's gonna swing all the way back, which is gonna bring you into a twist, right? Inhale, left arm up, exhale it forward. Inhale it up, exhale it back, maybe looking back. Maybe not if the neck is bothered. Inhale up, exhale forward. Can your bottom be steady from the hips down? And can the twist happen all in your thoracic spine and above? Inhale up and exhale down. This time we stay. Inhale and exhale. I might have put an extra one on this side. I didn't mean to. Take a full breath here. Speaking of entraining the mind, I'm having a hard time doing that with mine lately. Inhale, both arms reach up. I turn my body forward, right? My hip points, my perineum, my crown of my head are all reaching up today. Keeping that toning, but my shoulders and my jaw and my forehead and my eyebrows and all the stuff soften down. Bringing the hands down, moving the blocks off to the side. Inhale the chest forward. You'll notice I have our exhale round the spine. I'm doing a lot with forepaws on the ground today. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Exhale, child's pose. Sorry, I goofed that one up a little bit. Inhale, chest forward, curl the toes under. Hopefully you're still with me. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Hopefully I'm still with me. Inhale, 3 breaths. Now we explore stillness. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Bring those knees down. You can bring those blocks in or not. Step the right foot forward again. We're in a low lunge. Now this time, you have 2 options, just so you know. One of them is to just stay here with that left hand on the block and reach the right arm up. We do that twist an awful lot, right? Inhale, otherwise reach the arm up, come up to where we just were. Now put your right hand on your thigh. If it feels okay to go slightly deeper with the twist, we're gonna bring that left hand elbow to the outside of the right knee. Now find an isometric action where you push your leg and your arm together and neither of them wins. Bring both hands together into prayer pose, right? And then from there, maybe the palms push together and the chest broadens. Maybe the elbow and the knee push together and you turn. Maybe you turn and look up. Right? So again, for me, I'm not taking this to 110% today. I'm just using the elbow to get a little deeper than I could where I hear without being really aggressive, right? Take a breath. Again, I'm working towards being gentle with myself, something I haven't done much of in my life. Bring the hands down and just swing that right leg back and left leg forward. Get really long through the spine. Either right hand on the block or the ground, and you're just opening up. That's one option. Otherwise, you're going to bring that left arm forward and up like we just did moments ago, right? Our twist has begun. Awesome. Left hand on the thigh. Now lengthen out of that right side waist to place that elbow down, right? And bring the palms together. Pause before you do anything else. Push these 2 together so that there's a stabilization. Perineum up, I could say, right? And then from there, push your palms together to twist in a little bit. Open the chest. And then move your elbow and your knee. Maybe look up, maybe look down if the neck is sore, or you're being more gentle or whatever that is to you, right? I'm gonna go right in between. I'm gonna look up, but not my full twist today. Take a breath. And exhale, turn and look down, bring the hands down, move the blocks. You kind of get where we're going probably. Curl the toes under, inhale. Cow, exhale, cat, child's. It's the child cat. Inhale the chest forward and exhale back. Downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhale. Hello, beautiful body. Exhale. Is it changing? Is it opening? Is it settling? Is it heavier or lighter? All right, maybe a spot that was really active is simmering down. Maybe there was pain and there is none. Maybe there was no pain and there is some. Bring those knees down. And we're actually going to come onto our backs for the rest of the practice. So feel free to move that blanket out of the way. You can have anything by. If you're in a cold environment, feel free to put on socks or whatever. You don't need to have the sticky mat anymore. I would like you to have one block on standby or something thereabouts you can put between your thighs. Right? And then from there, let's go into a little bit of strength first, and then we'll go into the stillness factor. So take that block, and I'm going to have you put it between your knees-ish, right? I mean, it's below my knees, but it's closer to my knees than my pubic bone, if that makes sense. I'm going to bring my arms out, tee them out. Take an inhale. With an exhale, just let those legs come over to the right, putting a little bit of effort into that block. Inhale a little bit. Notice I said, right? Exhale to the left. And inhale, my legs are not in tabletop. Exhale to the right, any amount. Inhale up. Try to keep those shoulders pretty put. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. One more time like that. Exhale to the right, just wringing out that solar plexus. Maybe look left. Inhale up. And knees to the left, maybe turn the head to the right. And come back up. Now this time we're going to try to land, right? What do I mean by that? Keep the block between the thighs and go ahead and let your legs come over. If they want to move away from the chest to come down, let them. If that right foot can't make it down, I guess I should have told you to have a blanket or a block nearby for that. You can put a blanket or a block underneath that bottom, that right leg here, but I would like I want a closed chain circuit. What does that mean? I want as much of your body touching the earth or something connected to the earth as possible, right? So our arms are down, our shoulders are down. I have my right leg grounded on the floor or a blanket, and I have my left knee grounded into the block that's between the legs. Does that make sense? So try to ground as much as you can down to the earth right now, and then turn the head left if it's okay with your neck, and soften. Right? And we're going to try and stay here for about 5 beautiful soft belly breaths. Inhale. For deep breathers, that's about a minute or so. Exhale. So see if we can't find that deep breathing. You can close the eyes. Inhale. Nice, slow, steady. Pause. Exhale. Maybe that exhale lasts just a little longer than the inhale. Maybe not. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. If you need to do a breath quicker than what I'm calling out, take care of yourself. Inhale. We're on number 4. What can you let go of when you exhale this time? What else is holding on? Anything around the hips or the pelvis, the jaw, the shoulders? Last breath here. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Now don't come up yet, but before you do, you'll come up on the inhale. I want you to really gently squeeze into the block between the thighs, tone the abdomen, and pay attention to your left side waist. And then inhale those knees up. And then they're going to go all the way over to the left. If you were working with something under, feel free to bring it to this side, right? I'm going to come over. Again, if I'm able to get my left leg down to the ground, that's great, right? If I can't, I just simply bring the ground up to my leg, and I'm showing that variation, right? And I'm going to stick with that because it feels really delightful today. And then, so again, I am trying to get as much grounded as I can. So I want my left leg on the ground for today's purposes. I want my right knee into that block. If I need 2 blocks or something else, I put it in there. It's not a big deal, right? My elbows and my shoulders and my hands are all down. Hopefully most of my upper back. I turn my head either maybe up to the sky. I mean, shoot, it can be the same way as the knees, let's be honest. I might turn it to the right. I'm not going to my full depth of anything today. And we've got 5 breaths on this side. Inhale. Maybe close those eyes. Exhale. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Maybe the exhale lasts a little longer than the inhale. Inhale. Pause. Exhale, scan through the body. Notice if you're still holding on or if tension maybe came back. We got 2 more breaths, friends. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Take your last breath when you're ready by yourself. Right? Find whatever pacing. Maybe your breath is even slowed down more than my coaching at this point in time. When we really start to get into that calm state, that happens. When you're ready to come up, again, before you come up, don't come up willy-nilly, press into the block a little bit, tone the abdomen a little bit, find the perineum, and then bring the legs up, right? Once you're in center, you'll remove the block, you'll put the feet on the ground, and you'll pause for just a moment. You might bring the arms down. I'm going to take my feet wide and lean my knees in for just a few moments, softening the hips, opening the low back. Any of my low back sensitive friends, I don't say it all the time, but think about that. As we have our feet out a little wide and we lean our knees in, our legs are moving into a really gentle internal rotation, which opens up the sacrum area, the low back area. So whenever my low back is sensitive, this is where I stay actually. For some of my friends, you might walk the feet in a little bit and extend the legs out. Shoulder blades gently down the back without being too aggressive about any of that, right? Middle of the skull, hopefully most of my curves, natural curves in my spine. Come back to that breath that we were just working. And without trying to change the breath or make it do something, just notice it as you move through a class, and when you get towards the end of it, or if you're sitting in meditation, how you're different, the beginning, the breath is different possibly from the beginning to the end. Don't control it. Controlling it's not bad, it's really beautiful, right? However, when we find that calm state, there's this beautiful thing that naturally happens with a lot of us in our breath that we kind of get in the way of when we're trying to control it. The breath actually becomes fairly small, a small inhale and a small exhale, and there usually ends up being this really big space after the exhale where you don't need to breathe in. This beautiful thing called hypoxia happens during that time. Again, don't try to make it happen. That's one of those things. As you advance your breath work, your pranayama, and your asana practice, it will just start to happen and you'll notice it. And that might be 3 years in or 4 years in, right? For some people, it takes less time. Maybe it's already happened and you haven't noticed it. But trying to force it is not gonna get you there usually. Then the body stresses about it. So you are at home watching this video. If you are feeling relaxed, I encourage you to stay here for 5 or 10 more minutes. You could even take a moment and set a timer so that yeah? And your mind doesn't have to wrap around it or keep looking at something. But if you're on a time, not commitment, whatever the word is, a schedule, you might add any little movements in that feel nice. She says as she yawns. And then,
make your way up to an upright posture. I'll meet you there.
And just taking a few moments, whatever that intention is that you set at the beginning of class, just check in with it. If you forgot until just now, it's okay. Maybe you want to bring that intention with you as you walk off of your mat. Maybe you'd like to set a new one for the day. Maybe you have more clarity at this point in time. And remember, intentions are things that serve us. Don't let it be like, I think goals are really, I don't love goals. Well, no, not goals, resolutions, sorry. Resolutions I don't care for. Intentions I love. And I'll start talking about that as we move to the new year. Bring the hands together in front of the chest, inhale. Keep that chest lifted, exhale, bow your head in. Moment of gratitude for these beautiful bodies and anything else you would like to be grateful for. Namaste, friends. May you have a blessed day.